Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know I started early. Um, anyway, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I did that right. Hope everybody's well. I don't know how long of a live stream it's going to be today. I don't feel all that great. Didn't sleep well last night. Um, let's see. Put this up. I know that they've got. Well, let's see. Let me get on this. You can see it here. They've got most of these posts all the way down this left side, back behind the garage, and almost coming back, ready to come back up this side. So, so they're making good progress. They missed. They didn't, yesterday they did a lot. They didn't come the day before. So, but that's all right. But he's doing it. Um, it's a set price. So if he doesn't want to work, I guess he doesn't want to work. Hey, good to hear, Nick. It's still one of the places I'd like to go. I told you my daughter went there with her friends. I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago, and I just saw them on Facebook, and it looked like they had a great time there. There in Italy, my mom wanted me to go with her. Probably should have done that. One of my things to tell people: if you're going to do stuff with your ailing parents, do it before they are gone, because you can't do it. You felt like a princess. Good. You are a princess, aren't you? Good. Good. You deserve it. Cheers. So I don't know what it was last night, man. I puked, and my wife went to the green market, and when she got back, and it was just like a little thing. It wasn't like I lost everything in my body, which normally when I get sick, that's what happens. But and then I felt okay. I even ate a little sweet cake thing that she brought back from the green market, and then I just didn't sleep well all night. And then this morning when I got up, I got up at 4, and just haven't felt that great. Came out here, that was what, 4 hours ago almost, uh, and just got a kind of yeah, no worries. It isn't anything horrible. I mean, I don't think I'm on the verge of getting like a sick flu type thing, but I think I just need to relax a little bit. I did go out to the garage and did some stuff out there. Got some stuff moved around. I got to move. I got two bikes in the garage. I got to get them facing out. The Shadow's one of them. I got to get that, fire that up. I put a new running board on it, so it's kind of ready. It's almost ready to cruise. So we'll have to see. Hey, Tip, how you doing? Glad you could make it. But yeah, so I want to. I'll probably, well, unless I feel like crap. The trailer's pretty much ready to go. I cleaned out the bathroom. I wiped down most of the dust. I've got to defrost the refrigerator, which I was planning on doing today, and then maybe I'll take it out in just a little um, trip, but kind of like by myself. But it's only like 15 minutes from here, so it'll just be a relaxing, do nothing. Maybe I'll do some fishing. Maybe I'll take the kayak down and maybe take the kayak out. Let's see. Thanks, Nick. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that long of a live stream. There isn't that many people here, but though people are probably thinking that I'm not going to be on for another 5 minutes. So, but I'll hang out for a little while. There isn't really. Turn the air conditioner down a little bit. There isn't anything really. I moved some of the boxes you can see are gone from over here. I've got one crate down here that's got to go. The fishing poles here and there and there, and then I can move. Like I said, this is a microscope. I've got another microscope, and they're going to go under in these cabinets now, which are empty. So that'll be all my koi stuff. So, hey, good to hear. Glad you had a good time. You deserve it, and thanks for popping by. I always appreciate it, Nikki. And I got one box on the couch over here that needs to go out there, so it's really close. Some stuff along here in this corner here. This is all going to get cleaned out. I'll have all my camera stuff in one place, so I got to move it around. Hey, I love you too, man. You have a good one. Get some rest. I always need rest when I come back from vacation. I don't know, especially when I used to go with the boys down to Cabo and stuff like that. It was like 3 days nonstop, 4 days. We would take the construction guys down there. I needed 2 or 3 days to recoup, and I was only 40 years old. So, yeah, yeah. It seems like I don't even know if I drank or something. I don't even know how long it would take me to recover nowadays. If I got hammered and getting up with a hangover and stuff, probably 3 days, I bet. Uh, Coffee's good though. I needed that. So yeah, nothing too exciting happening. So, like I said, I'd like to get the yard, the fence, finished, but I did put out the one little video on it. I'm not really going to do another video on it until he starts putting the steel up and starts setting the roofing material. Basically, is what we're going to use for the fence until he starts doing that. So we'll see. It's going to all depend on what he's doing. Hey Jay, how you doing? Morning to you. Hope you're well. But otherwise, I might do a video on. I got to go for a motorcycle ride, man, on Jones and Big Time. I might try it today. It rained this morning, or early morning, 4 o'clock this morning when I got up. But it doesn't show pretty much any rain until I think 7 o'clock tonight. So maybe I don't know, maybe I'll take a ride. But waiting on the e-bike, waiting on the trailer for the e-bike, waiting on doing that build. And like I said, I don't know if I told you guys I'm gonna build a little pull behind trailer, 100-watt solar panel. I'm gonna use my little solar generator deal, 600-watt. So I got 2 batteries now. I bought an extra battery for the bike. I don't know if I told you guys that either. So I got two 21 amp hour 52 volt batteries. Each one of them supposedly without any pedal assist, just hitting the throttle like it's a motorcycle. 50 miles. So we'll see, because I'm gonna do a couple little tests too. Hey Craig, how you doing? Morning to you, brother. Um, but I'm really can't wait. I'm jonesing to get that. The battery's on its way. The e-bike's on its way. And the tire stuff that I bought that I'll go over when I get that. And it's this new stuff that my worst nightmare thinking about riding the e-bike. Like, let's say I just want to go ride it overnight and go maybe to Tat Panome. I could do that. I have enough power. I have all that to get there. And one night, spend somewhere, do 80, 90 miles each day, be about 6 hours, I think. But it is a flat tire. And I started looking into that, and they run such low pressures in those 4-inch wide fat tire bikes that they have a tendency to get holes in them. So a lot of the people, oh yeah, I got 3 or 4. And I forget the name of the stuff. I've got it in there. We'll look it up maybe here in a second. It's here. It's in Thailand. It came from the United States. Couldn't find it here. It's got Kevlar in it. It's like a slime, which slime I don't like. But slime, if you put it in your tires and not use it just as a fix, it only lasts like a year, and it's just gummy, and you got to get rid of it. You got to take your tire off, and what a nightmare I can imagine that is. This stuff was invented by the government I saw a guy take a 3/8 drill and nails and different size nails and punch them into the tire and fixed them like that. Um, but at 10 years it can stay in there. And the people that I've been watching on YouTube are saying, I haven't had a flat tire in 3 years and, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to put it in both my trailer tires and I bought a gallon of the stuff. So I got enough for 2 or 3 e-bikes and a couple of trailers. But I'll go over that when it's here. They had problems delivering it yesterday. So we'll have to see what it was. But I'm jonesing to get that so I can start working on it. I really want to try the e-bike and see how it goes. But they're saying 35 miles an hour is what they're stating. And a couple of the people that I've watched on YouTube have verified it between 32 and 35 miles an hour. I'm imagining that if you're a 260 pound dude or you're a 97 pound Thai guy, there's going to be a difference in how fast it's going to go and how far it's going to go. So we'll see. Hey, brother, how you doing, Aaron? But I really want to get it because I'm set up to get started on it. I'm looking at actuators actually to take the panel and being able to tilt it. Some of the trailers that I've seen them do, they've got them to where they've got sun sensors and stuff, and the thing will go from left to right if the sun's on your right when you're riding the bike. Or I'm not going to get that elaborate. Just a remote control and an actuator, and just either tilted one way, straight up or down, or whatever, one side or the other side. So I've been looking at. I want to do that. I'm just going to do that simply too. I was going to. They've got a bunch of different ways that you could do it, but I think I'm going to use like 1-inch PVC for the main deal down the panel and and put it through couplings and actually take almost like a boring kit, something to shave it down so I can take some of the inside of that coupling or T out of there so that the 1-inch PVC will rotate. It's not like I'm going to be doing it, 20 times. I'm not going to be doing it, 3 times a month. We'll have to see. But the I'm looking forward to doing that. But I want to get the trailer here so I can put it together. I've got a bin that's going to go in it, so I don't have to worry about anything. It's got a lid on it and stuff. So, because in there I'll have like the generator, a fishing pole, all the stuff. I think the one that I got is about 100 pounds. I think 90 pounds or 80, some weird number. 88 pounds you could put in it. It's got 16-inch tires, bicycle tires on it. So I'm going to see about. I'm looking at 2.5-inch and how big a wide tire I can get and what rim it comes with, and maybe beef the tires up a little bit. Hey Maui, hey Paul, how you doing? But I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, 35 miles an hour, man. That sounds like a lot on a lot on a bicycle. We'll see. But Darren, I've been looking at distance stuff because it'll set if you put it on an assist, you can get like 80 miles out of it. If you don't use anything, you get like 50 miles out of it. And I got 2 batteries and then the 600-watt generator. So I've got like 2.5 batteries. So I should be able, even if I don't, I go 100 miles, over 100 miles easy. So, and I just can't say I'm not going to be able to sit on anything for, 6. We did it. How long was the trip, Maui, to Ko Chang? That was about a 6-7 hour trip, wasn't it? So I imagine I could probably do that. We'll see. I'm older now. But I want to get it because I want to do the project. And then after that, I still want to do that dual motor deal on the kayak, and then if we do sell the property and get the fence done and start mom and dad's and do Ubon's solar, and then sell the house, then I'll do the trailer that I want to pull behind the Forza. Only this morning for like maybe 20 minutes. It poured at 4 o'clock in the morning when I came out here. Paul, but otherwise it's like spotty. Like yesterday it didn't. They worked all day yesterday. You can see the posts. Let me pull it in a little closer. But you can see them there. They're all the way down one side and halfway behind the garage, and almost all the way over to start coming up the other side. So it drizzled a little bit for like 5 minutes yesterday, but today it doesn't show anything until 7 o'clock tonight. And this is live right now, and you can see the skies. I don't really have a way to. No, maybe I do. Hold on. Now you can see the skies are semi blue. It's a little bit overcast. It actually, that looks more clear than it really is because I'm looking out the window up here and it's overcast. But I was really happy with the solar panels. Kenny's putting his system in, so I'm curious to see the videos that he's going to put out, and I think he's going to be extremely happy. Yesterday, overcast, everything. I kind of turned the air conditioner in the man cave here up to like 30, just to keep it so it wasn't, like in 10 seconds I can push it and it'll be down to 26. Oh, there they are. Son of a gun. I didn't know if they were going to show today. But in the afternoon, with the air conditioner on there, with the pond running here, and with this one just kind of idling, I was still charging the battery at almost 1,800 watts. So, I think he's going to be more than happy with what he got. Basically, it's the same system that I put in the garage. Yeah, I agree. But we did achieve what we wanted to. We wanted to get there and be able to get on that ferry and not miss getting over the island. I'm up for doing that when you get back again. When you come here. That wasn't Bear. That's Lucky. He probably got in a fight. That's the one that they dumped here. Bear, if he was out there, Bear's almost killed him 2 or 3 times now. And I told Lucky picked on him when he was a baby, and I said this dog's gonna be, he's gonna kick the living shit out of you. So you better watch it. I guess I didn't speak dog good enough because Bear gets out, and I guess Bear is, according to my wife and my mother-in-law and all that, almost killed Lucky 2 or 3 times. But I'd really like to get out and ride. I have to try to see if I can do something today. Only next time, Victor is excellent. Little boat noodle shop. Getting some inside information. Hey Gary, how you doing? You're in Bangkok. Cool. For a few days. And look, very good, very good. Hope you enjoy yourself. I'm sure you will. But yeah, so hopefully they'll get that done. Like I said, I really wish that the bike, the e-bike, and all that was here because I'm really curious. I've driven I bought those little tiny ones, that like the kids had. That I don't even know where they're at anymore. I think they're over at the house that we're going to be selling. But this thing is a freaking beast from what I've seen. I mean, it'll spin the tires and shit. I'm gonna have to be a little bit careful. Maybe I'll have to put some kind of a limiter. It does have a limiter on it. You can put it up to how fast it'll go. It's got 5 different pedal assists. Pedal 1 is 10 miles an hour, then like 14, and then like 20, and all the way up. We'll see. Yeah, he looks like him going across. Same color. What is another ferry ride from Cochin? Yeah, it sounds good to me. I mean, if you're coming when you get back and you're heading that way, definitely let me know for sure. Look, you'd think that it was 10 below zero out in the way these. Still, I mean, I don't even know, but I mean, it's weird when I see the Asian people, anybody over here, they with the way the weather is and being from Southern California. But right now it's 26. So what is 26? Anybody know? I gotta go. I don't know any. Well, I guess there's a way. Isn't there a way to? Must be a way to change this to Fahrenheit, right? And of course, it'll take me 9 years, but I don't know. It's got to be like 80 or something, right? I don't know. Let me see. What did I say? 26. 26 Celsius is what in Fahrenheit? 78.8, so 79, almost 80 degrees, and it's like you'd think that they were in a snowstorm. Uh, and I think they do it a lot to keep the sun off of them. Let's see. I don't know. I think that's the best time to be here, don't you? I mean, I don't know. That's what I like anyway. Yeah, and they're hot all the time. But you know, I'm really looking for my favorite time of the year is Isan. In November, December, January. When it starts to cool down, where you got those like 11, 12-degree mornings and stuff. That's what it was like when we went, right, Maui? When you came in, that was the first time. It'd been 3 or 4 years that my wife had bought me that hoodie. That was the first time I wore it, and I wore it all the way until we got to the ferry, and then I took it off, I think. But yeah, my favorite time of year. I'm imagining you'll. When did we go? We went Thanksgiving, right? Yeah, so the end of November. So yeah, about that time. More people. Wow, maybe they plan on getting something done. The amount of Thailand flood videos, Facebook, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I'm not getting flooded. I agree, but then again, anytimes, yeah, no shit. You know, people that say it like it's really weird. Like when we used to go to Hawaii, we used to go to Maui. Um, we used to always stay at what was the name of that? Anyway, uh, I rented that. I told you the story the one time. I didn't let my wife know, but I instead of getting a car for the week, I got a bagger, and it was awesome. And she was a trooper, my wife. And her back was problems. She still kind of went along with it because she knew I liked it. But it rained for 20 minutes and then it'd be clear for 6 hours. It's like I don't know. I been caught in Phuket and on Koh Chang and stuff like that where it's rained all day. Yes, but far and few between. It's just if you're unlucky. If you're an unlucky person, then I don't. I would tell people otherwise to travel here during that time. I think so. There you go. Yeah, I believe so. It is for me. Like I said, I like the cooler weather. Uh, Greg out, especially in Nissan, Isan. But yeah. After the Elephant Festival's in October, right? Yeah, yeah. That was perfect time of year. And do we hit any rain? Not really, right? I don't remember. I mean, and that was what we stayed 3 days or 4 days there before we went to Thanksgiving. Hey Dan, how you doing, brother? Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. If you guys want to watch some good drone footage and shit, and just an all around good guy, Dan, droning veteran. Uh, Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been lucky. I don't know. Yeah, and it's always cheaper, especially when we go to Maui. It was cheaper that time of year. The Westin is where we stayed. It was a pretty pricey place, but I loved that hotel right on the golf course. Anyway, I guess that's where all that fire and shit was. So I don't know what it's like over there now. That's all you can do, brother. That's all you can do, right? Um, you deserve it. The good man right there. But yeah, so I'd like to get that. I'd like to get. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've never, like I said, um, had a real e-bike, and this one's dual motor, you know. And the reason I did that was one of the videos that I watched with the particular bike that I purchased. A 6'5", 280-pound guy was on it, and he was taking, inclines. Here I am. You guys can't even see me taking inclines like this, and with no problem. And what's cool, there's a button right on the handlebars that you can be pedal assist in 3, trying to get the longest out. And it'll be good for me to get some exercise too, because I'm not supposed to have a bunch of, restriction. I'm not supposed to be easy for my knees. And you come up to a hill, you hit the button, the other motor kicks in, and boom, right up it. So for being a fat ass, I said, you know what? I'll spend a little bit extra money and get something that I actually, I don't cringe every time I see any kind of an incline. And I don't think I ever will with this. Then I went ahead, and the batteries are expensive. I think it was $300 for the battery, the extra battery. But I think I've got everything, and I don't need the trailer and all that. But I thought it would be kind of neat if I wanted to take a little trip. I wouldn't camp or anything like that, but hotel, not a 5-star hotel, place where I can get out of it, the air conditioning, put the trailer inside, whatever. And I think it would be fun. So I figured I'd do that. The trailers were cheap. I mean, $100 for the trailer, and I'll do a video on that, putting that together. I'll put a video unboxing of the e-bike. They're like 80% put together. When all the stuff I've looked at, when they open up that box, it's everything there, and the front wheel is zip tied onto the front of it. When you pull it out, everything's on it except for the handlebars you got to put on, the front headlight, the back tail light, and the front wheel. That's it. And I've watched enough of them. I think I could probably do it. But I think I'm Joan. I want to do it. Plus, it'll give me something to do, and I might take it out every day and just do a deal out by the reservoir and around, or maybe some other places, even here in Surin, and start getting some freaking exercise. I had a dental consult yesterday for some work. I had done 20K. Got another place checking out tomorrow as a special for 6,500. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I hope you don't. With one of those things, you get what you pay for. Yeah, this thing is like unbelievable. Wait till you see it. If you see me put a video out where it says e-bike, check it out, because this thing is freaking badass. Like 35 miles an hour. That's without pedaling. That's just hitting the freaking throttle. It's got a half throttle on it, just like a bike would have. So it'll be cool. Maybe I get it out. Maybe I'll put up the drone. I've got the Mini 4. I don't know how to use it, but I can go and watch her channel or JJ's, Jason's channel, and that's how I watch the other one. Just a follow me thing, which I think is real easy. I think all you do is put your finger on me and then take off. But out by the reservoir, that would be kind of cool going around. Maybe, like I said, in the trailer, I've got a box out in the garage already put together with a little bit of cooking stuff in case I'm out and I want a cup of coffee or something like that. And fishing rod, the breakdown ones, little ones, tire pump, all the stuff is all in there. So it'd be, I don't know. I think it's going to be cool, and could just be something. It'll keep me busy for a little while. Some of the best, from what I understand. Costa Rica was like that too. Costa Rica, people would plan a 3-week vacation. The first week was to get their dental work done and try to recover. And then the second and third week were recovering and then having a good time in Costa Rica. And I believe that the dentistry is highly rated in Costa Rica, the same as, I need to trim my beard again, same as it here in Thailand. About the same, from what I understand. Yeah, I think it would be cool, seeing pedaling and seeing that. Hey, who's that fat bastard on the bike down there? People get a kick out of it. But, just to get out there, because like I'm not supposed to, my knees are bone on bone by about the size. Well, they used to be about the size of a quarter. that was 10 years ago. I imagine they're a 50-cent piece or a silver dollar size now. Um, but my doctor's saying they're supposed to be like when I was in the gym, I only had it on nothing, just moving, no restriction whatsoever. So the pedal assists that go from 1 to 5, I can 3. I think is where it's going to be. You just kind of you're doing a little bit of something, and then see after I get done, see how bad the pain is. But give me a little something to do. I didn't think about that till I talked to Chuck. No Time to Be Sad the other day, and it made me start thinking I could actually use this as exercise. Every day I could take it out and just go. What would be great is to pedal it to the gym. Use that as instead of having to sit in the gym on the stationary bike, and I'd be pretty warmed up, ready to go and go in there and do my light stuff. And I might do that. So we'll see. To pad the account for the dental work, but so anyway, the trailer will be kind of a cool build. The bike will be. I think it's something to see. I think there's a lot of people that I should have bought a step through deal. It's kind of stupid. This one's kind of lower. Have you seen it? But the ones that they're suggesting for over 50 are like the old girls' bike. The ones you can just. That was what I should have bought. And I think I'm going to kick myself in the ass trying to get on the damn thing. Wow, that's cool. Uh, but supposedly, I'm going to say, well, let's see what it says because I don't remember. Let me see. Let me see. Is this? Yeah, this is AliExpress. Let me go to my orders. Mm, the cart. They're saying this maybe the end of this month, and I think it's going to be the same on the battery is now out, and the bike is saying. Let's see. Estimated saying the 25th. Well, we know that's not going to happen. Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be here tomorrow. The battery, it's saying the 29th on delivery, and the trailer is saying the end of the month too. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what it does. But I've got everything. The panel's supposed to be here too, and I thought about keeping everything light, and I was going to get a foldable, flexible panel. And then I'm seeing all these guys, they're building structures underneath their freaking aluminum structures on there so they can have something to bolt onto to mount it to their trailer. I'm going, well, shit. Why don't you just buy the regular panel? What is it? 6 ounces difference from what you build with the flexible panel on it. It's got to be damn close to the same weight. So that's what I did. I just bought 100 watt, and I could probably put a 200 watt, but then I'd have to go into an MPPT controller and doing all that. See, all I'm planning on doing is uh, I'm not going to be charged. I'm going to charge in my batteries from the 600 watt with their battery charger, plugging it in, whether it been in the trailer or not. So what I'd probably do is if I was going a long distance, I would have a fully charged 600 watt panel that would probably take 3, 4, 5 hours to charge up that battery halfway. Okay. It's not going to charge it up all the way. So what I would probably do is I would put when that battery, that first one that I'm riding on, gets to halfway, pull it out, put it in the trailer, plug in the charger to the 600 watt, put the other battery that's full in there, and then by the time that I ride the 50 miles or something that maybe I can get out of that one, the other battery would be full. So that's why I'm saying I think I could go 120 miles, maybe 130, And they're saying that's with no pedaling. But I'm being optimistic and saying I'll pedal a little bit between 3 and 5. They call it ghost pedaling. I know what that is now. It's just that you're moving your legs, but you ain't doing shit, which is what I'm supposed to do anyway. So let's see. You're telling them where it is. Okay, cool. There you go. But it should be. I don't know. Like I said, uh, I'd like to golf, but I don't feel. I went the one time. I didn't hit the ball as good as I had thought that I could. It'd been 20 years since I played, and I should have given. I had fun. Had a great time. Me and Andrew went, and it was a blast. And but that even with the cart, I was pretty much beat to shit after 9 holes because I just don't walk. My knees hurt. It's just it's hard. So we'll have to see. Maybe if I lose 30 kilo, maybe maybe I'd have a good shot at it. But I'd like to play a little golf. But I think the best way to do it now, having that thing was I was bought to put on the back of the trailer because it's a third the weight, and I'd be able to get a lot more tongue weight out there without putting stupid shit, up in the front to get more weight and get it dialed in with that on there. And so that's basically taken the place of the 125, which I think is a great idea. It's easier for me. I could damn near, even if something broke on the winch, I could lift it up 100 pounds. And well, actually, without the battery in there, it's about 70, 75 pounds. I could put it up there. So I could roll it up there, if I wanted to. So, well, we'll have to see. But I think it's a good idea on that. It's going to get me a little bit of exercise, gives me something to do with the trailer. That would be cool if that all that works out like that, because according to their deal, which you can never believe, because everybody that's done any of the reviews has said whatever the manufacturer's telling you, 99% of the time they're full of shit, you know. But they're saying, on the stuff that I've seen, 40 miles, not 60, and not 80 with assist. So I'm saying with the assist, 50 I think is a good honest number. And if I can do that, that would be 150. It'll be 125 miles, and I think that would be plenty going anywhere. Because, like I said, I think Chuck's place is 300 and something. It's like 190 or 180 miles. So 90 miles a day, probably 5-6 hours and 90 miles. And, take off early in the morning. You'd be done by what? Stay off at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 1 o'clock. You're in a hotel, relaxing, charging your batteries, and getting ready for the next day. And it's just a one night deal. The next day, you'd actually be there. Now, if I want to go further than that, maybe I'll have to see how I like it. My wife ain't going to like it either way that I do it, because I'll probably be out by myself. Unless somebody else decides to maybe get a knee bike, maybe Andrew, but or on a motorcycle. If somebody just wants to cruise at 25, 30 miles an hour, that's kind of slow, but still be fun. Should have been 12, but oh well. I bought only 3. So yeah, well, better in your pocket right now, I imagine, is what I'm guessing. Yeah, I bet it is. And like I said, I could do that 90 miles with no pedaling. So it'd be kind of like sitting on a motorcycle and going 25, 30 miles an hour. Because like I said, the bike will do 35. Now, I don't know if it'll do 35 with my fat ass, but according to them, um, between 32 and 35 is an honest number. And that's what they claim, 35, I think, or 34 or something like that. Um, so we'll see, because I'm going to do a little test, riding around here in Surin, go out to the reservoir, up and around that area, all over and back and forth, and we'll see what kind of mileage I get out of a battery. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Glad you could make it. but I would imagine it's probably a long haul. Well, but to me, to tell you the truth, it doesn't matter if I did. So if it's 180, if I did 60 miles a day, if it takes me 2 nights to get there or 3 nights, I'm retired. I can do whatever the hell I want, and I'm talking about staying at places that are, so it wouldn't be that much money. Not that that matters to stay, but a decent little place on the side of the road, Thai style, deal at what, 500, 600 baht, so it doesn't really matter to me. It'd take all week to get there, but it'd be kind of cool, I bet, and I watched Chuck on his, when he used to do quite a few videos on riding his. And when I talked to him the other day, I think he was jonesing to get back out and doing it because I don't think he's been on his e-bike in a long time. Went 70 miles per hour on a 1970 10 speed, holding my friend's wife motorcycle with one hand. We're gonna have to sit down and get drunk together one time. Maybe if or maybe edibles, because drunken no one wants to deal with me. That's not a good thing, and I just won't do it. So it'll never happen. But I still haven't tried the edibles. But we'll have to get down and chew a couple edibles, and we can trade some stories, Craig. I wish I could bring my. Oh, cool. Who's really? Yeah, you should. I was a couple of times now when I'm watching some of the newer videos. They're going, well, we don't really know how much this is going to cost you because the tariffs on shit coming from China into the States. Now, there isn't any, I don't think, coming into Thailand. If it is, it's minimal. But we'll have to see. Hey, Jada, we were just talking about you. I was talking about I'm buying well, it's on the way. I've already bought a dual motor fat tire 26-inch e-bike and two batteries, 52 volt, 21 amp hour batteries and shit like that. And anyway, I want to take that when I take it out over by the reservoir and stuff. I think it'd be kind of cool to do the follow me. And I was talking to Dan about it. And I think it's just as easy as pressing me on the screen, right? And then just going. But I said, I'll have to watch either one of Jason's or Dan's videos on what to do. He still need some help with some of that scotch. Yeah, I really do want to try the edibles because I'd like. Do I kind of miss getting high? Yeah. I mean, I grew up in the '70s. I mean, late '60s, early '70s. I mean, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and anything you get your hand on. I remember in sixth grade having, because the big thing back then, Mama's Little Helpers were Valium, and now it's like Xanax, right? And the 6-year-old girls used to 6-year-old sixth grade girls would go home and go through their mom and dad's medicine cabinet for me and bring me drugs. But I kind of miss, like I said, every once in a while with the pains in my knees, I get that I forget we said it the other day, that lowest opiate that they have here in Thailand, that most of my family uses. I don't use it, but once in a while I'll take two of those and I could kind of kick back and no pain. It would be kind of cool to be able to use THC again and not freak out. So I got to get some of it and try it out. And now that it's not illegal, I think back then it was like I was paranoid because I thought I was going to get caught or something. I remember I had my Honda 90 with a straight 3/4 inch. I think I told you guys the story. Me and my buddy both had, and his dad, the boss, in his garage. He was one that made us pull 350s apart and rebuild them. And if he didn't have anything, we'd pull a good motor out of his truck and rebuild it. He taught us a lot about a lot of things. But we were brazing up cams in Honda 90s trying to get more power out of them. That means brazing up for lift and duration, and then putting it all back together and trying it, and then that's not right, and then pulling it apart again. But I was going down the street on it in front of my mom's house, and we had on the side of the house we had a gate that swung open and that's where I parked my shit on the side. And the cops went down one street. They saw me, and I turned around and jammed back home, jammed up the driveway, opened it up, rolled it in there. And once I got in there, I'm going, shit, I had in a big redwood pot there, some weed growing. And I'm going, oh, great. And I was like, I was in junior high school or something. I was 12, 13 years old, maybe 14. But anyway, so I got out of there quick. And then the cop said, "Hey, you were just riding." I said, "Yeah, I was. It's me." "Where's the bike now?" "It's right. It's been in the back. Well, can we look at it?" And I said, "Why? Just give me a ticket or whatever you want to do, and be done with it." I did a lot of smooth talking to keep them out of going in that backyard. I could have figured they would have thought something was going on. They probably did, but Xanax all around. Yeah, man. I used to when we were riding, right? They had these 4-bar deals that they were legal Xanax, and when I was prospecting, you could be up for 2 days, man, and running around doing shit, and then I'd get and I couldn't go to sleep, and I'd take all 4 of those bars and I'd sleep for like 18 hours, and man, and so when I still did, I stopped taking Xanax maybe when I came here 7-8 years ago. My doctor, he said, "Well, we'll try Ambien and this and that." None of that shit worked. I still don't sleep. I said, "The only thing that really works is Xanax." "Well, that's not what it's for." So I don't care what it's for. I'm telling you. You want to know what helps me? So he gave me the 1 milligrams, the good ones, and I took those to sleep at night. But I stopped taking them. Let's see. I just bought a 28-foot travel trailer. Cool. Having more solar panels added to the rooftop to power up the additional lithium batteries. Well, I don't know if do they put in like in that trailer, it's a brand new. Um, Mine's a 24-volt air conditioner, and they make them 12-volt too, which works out perfect because my system's 24. So I've got a step down deal for my 12-volt in the trailer, and then my refrigerator runs on 24, 220, and because everything's 220 here, and I got 400 amp hours, so I've got two 24-volt, um, 200 amp hour batteries in there, and it. I'd like to add another one, but I don't really need to. I can go a long time on those batteries, but another one would be nice. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Appreciate it. Heroin, man. One drug I did not, and I'm glad I didn't indulge in. Now, mushrooms and mescaline and peyote and I didn't like that. I tried them, different ones, LSD, and I just didn't like something that I wasn't in control of. I didn't like the idea that I couldn't just, well, I really don't want to see this, this, but so I didn't really like. I tried them all, but I didn't like that either. And the heroin and shit like that, I think I just got lucky, not doing it now. Barbiturates were how many downers can you eat and still keep your head, from bobbing on the couch? It was, well, we did that with NyQuil back in the day. How much is this NyQuil can you drink and still sit there? We did a lot of weird shit. But yeah, lucky I didn't get into that drug. Um, yeah, OD, that stuff. Yeah, no, no, not for me. But I do want to try the edibles. I don't know if now Mitch had threatened a couple of times to come here and bring some and visit because he still hasn't visited. But um, I've got to be able to go down the street, and I probably should go soon to the places here before they shut them down, and try to get 4 or 5 different kinds and try them out, see what happens. Make sure I don't go crazy. See how they're doing out there. And I still see the scooter, but I don't see. Well, they would be behind the garage, so I guess I wouldn't see them yet. So yeah, we'll leave it partial screen. But yeah, the e-bike I think is going to be something that's going to be fun, good for me, good for my knees, and like I said, it's I could do some traveling on it. The thing's it's a beast, man. Wait till I do the video on it. You guys, I know I was totally surprised on how much power these things have. Right now, waiting TV new. Enjoy the channel. So smiling cowboy. Gonna be like this all rainy season. That's right. Hey, Nikki, you're back. You're supposed to be sleeping. Nikki just got back from Greece, and so I think she said we talked a little bit earlier because she was the only one that was in here, and I got the feeling that she had a freaking good time. So that's awesome. She deserves it. But yeah, so I'll do one on that, and hopefully, if I get the trailer, I'll start on the trailer. I'll put the bike together. I'll do some videos on, how long, in case some people are into that. I think it's a good. Do you have to get the dual battery? Not unless you're a fat ass. I think you can get by, and then they're at least $500-600 cheaper than a regular deal. I think around the here for a good decent something. I think in the 2400 baht area for a fat tire deal. I think you can get it. So, but I'm looking forward to doing that. Do a couple of videos on that, and just cruise around, see how far the damn thing will go. Of course, I'll have to carry the extra battery. I don't have to pedal, but we'll have to see. I'm new to the whole solar power thing, but trailer comes with a watt panel, and I'm having them add two more 250-watt panels and a 3,000 inverter. Mine has 1,000 watts on it, Randy, and I think mine's a 3,500-watt inverter, and then two, like I said, 24-volt, 200 amp hour lithium phosphate, iron phosphate, whatever they are, and it kicks ass. But comes with 1,200, 250 watt. So you're gonna have 2, 4, 6, 750. Yeah, you're in the range. And like I said, it all depends on if you're at the beach, if you go to the beach, you're in Ventura. I mean, if you go to any place, you can go places that are cool. Every place I go, my air conditioner is more than likely going to be running. Some of the times in December and stuff like that, if I went up in the mountains, I do have a Chinese diesel burner heater in that trailer that I've never fired up. I probably should do that before all the bugs get in there, which they probably already have. But if that case, you could go days and days and days without any sunshine, if you've got a good battery bank. So, but that my problem is, I would prefer to go. I mean, I would love to go to, rainy, cold. I dig that, but I just don't think we have that here in Thailand. I know we got plenty of it in the United States. A Jayco. And is it brand new, or I didn't? I think I asked you that, and you probably answered me. And let's see, I'm going back. If not, let me know again. I'll try to look for it. But yeah, that I mean, if you're see, I'm always thinking that you need to run your. I would need to run my air conditioner all the time, but in the States and the places you're going to go, some of the places, yeah, but I mean, even at the beach, it's only a few days out of the year that they actually get some real weather there. Otherwise, it's in the mid 70s or something. Let me see if I'm sure my wife's already gone. Sometimes she tricks me and she uh, she doesn't go. Ah, no, she's gone. That right hand one is. Um, I don't see these guys. See 2 motorcycles. Let's see 1 wheelbarrow. They got to be behind. I would almost guarantee they're behind the garage. So yes, it's new, 2025, but 2026 are coming out now. Yeah, good time to buy a 2025, right? That's what I did too when I bought my Southwind 30. What was it, 36 or 38 foot with a double slide deal on it? Um, that's what I did. The other year was coming out. They gave me a hell of a deal on it. I bought it new. But yeah, and I would have them at it before you even get it. That's what I did. The heavy solar package for the trailer that I bought was 1,000 watts and 1 battery, and I added a second battery. And like I said, I think if the sun's out shining good, the 1,000 watts will do it. I'd like to add maybe 400 or 500 more. I don't know if I can. I have no room. If you look at some of my videos with the drone, I don't have any room. But on your 28 footer, you probably have room. But I think a good idea to get, what did you say, 12? So you'd be, I mean, you'd be 246, 750, and I would, I don't know, what kind of battery do you know, Randy? What what's the voltage on it and how many amp hours. Uh, and then, like I said, my refrigerator runs on 24. My air conditioner runs on 24, and everything else is all plug-in 220, and the USBs and all that kind of stuff are 12 volt. So it's got a step down in it. But what they do on the 24 and the 48, like I have at the house, is if it's 12, like let's say you're running a heavy duty battery, and this is exaggeration, but if you're running a 12 volt, the amp draws are incredibly large, and the cables need to be this big. And when you're running 24, they need to be that big. And if you're running 48, so you get my drift. You can run, and copper's expensive, especially if you're doing a bunch of stuff, but you don't have to have as big a wire, harder to run, takes up more space, does everything. So most of the time in the trailers now, um, they're running 24 volt and then running step down transformers to take it from 24 to 12. Yeah, what pretty much is everything except for where the fans are, because my air conditioner is a split system, so that's not taking up any roof space. And I'd like to change those too. They're the crappy. I want to get the ones you probably have in yours. What are they called? The Max fans. I don't. I don't. When I checked last time, they don't even sell them here. But there's got to be some kind of a one out of there, and you get the exact same size. It's a drop-in deal, pretty much, except for sealing it, making sure that it's watertight. But it's going to be the same size. But these are the old style that when you were in the old motorhomes and in the bathroom, there was those little fan that barely, the bearings and stuff are already shot in these because I run them. I let them circulate air through the trailer. So I'm not sure about the battery specs from RV Places putting together. Yeah, just find out. I would spend a few dollars and double whatever the batteries are. If it's a 12 volt system and he's giving you a 200 amp, that's actually only 100 amps at 24. So amp hours. So it's probably going to be a 24 volt. I would say at least get 400 amp hours and see what the guy said. If he's a pro, he knows better than I do. But see what he says. Trailers in Idaho. I'll be driving in a couple of days. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, the guy will know, especially if he knows that you're wanting to already add panels and, you want a decent solar system. I'm sure he's going to give you one. But like I said, in there, um, 24, yeah, 400 amp hours. And then on the garage system, it's 48 or 52 volt and 51 whatever, and it's 200 amp hours. Kenny bought an extra battery. He's got 300 amp hours, which I think is a magic number. I think 300 is the sweet spot for the home system on 48 volt. So we'll see. And he should have videos, I think, probably coming out pretty soon. I don't want to ruin too much of it, but he'll probably, when he went to pick up the stuff, and you'll see the guy. I thought the guy was a very fair man. He gave me a 1-year warranty on the batteries, 1-year warranty on the controller that I bought, and 25 years on the 750 watt panels that I bought. And then he threw in some extra stuff, some wire, and I bought all the rails to put it on the roof and all that kind of stuff. So Kenny went to the same guy, and I think he felt the same way about the guy, that he was a fair guy, and that he got, and he got a good deal, and he put it in himself, which is I thought he could do too. And I know he questioned himself a little bit in the beginning, but the stuff's so plug and play, man. It's they're making it really easy now, that if you're halfway mechanically inclined, you're going to be able to do it. I'm halfway more than half. I'm probably 100 way mechanically inclined. I just don't have I can't be climbing up stuff where he can. But it's going to be interesting to see it, because, like I said, if you watched his video from the day, he talked about coming to the garage and and looking at it and blah blah blah, and they're going to do it, and he's already bought the controller and the breaker box, and then at the very end of the video, I think he's kind of shaking his head, the power's out, so he's saying it goes out like shit 5, 6, 7 times a week or something. That's crazy. And he's getting brown outages like I get in Ubon, because I didn't know it, but when I talked to him, or in a text or whatever, he said that they almost have to go and check the voltage coming in before they take a shower. And I think I know a couple of times in his videos and talking to him and stuff, that, he's got a deal that reads out what he's got coming in, which should be 220, and go down at 150 or something, or and he shuts the thing off, which is a good idea. The reason that they get away with a lot of this brown outage stuff here is because everything's on inverters, so they'll take that drop in voltage way better. Ones that won't is like a computer or something, and I think most people have those on. I know I have mine on backup and power supply, but that's why they get away with it, and why these air conditioners and the ones in Ubon are still running is because they're inverters. So he's got kind of the same problem, not quite as bad, but he's going to be happy as hell with this system, I believe. Yeah, I would think so. Out in the middle of nowhere is a tendency for the stuff to be dropping in voltage. They don't have enough transformers and stuff out there for they just keep adding people on it. Not that the Thai people use a lot of electricity, but when you got 500 of them on one transformer, it drains it, and that's what he's running into. And even here, we get them here, and it's nice to not have to worry about it. It's a beautiful thing, actually, and I love it here. Like I'm going to be done here in a minute because it's already an hour, but I'll idle this one back down to 30 degrees Celsius. It'll keep it cool enough that I can come in here, press it down, it'll come down in like 3 minutes, and the pond running over there. I'll have the air conditioner set down to 22, trying to keep the garage cool, and I'm still charging the batteries at 1,800 watts, depending on the sunshine. And this overcast stuff, like I said, it's overcast like it is right now, is just a real high clouds, right? And I don't see any blue skies. And I guarantee if I go over there, I'm getting 3,500 watts out of the thing, So I think it's. Are you back or no? I've been watching you and kind of following you guys on Facebook, and I try to catch videos when they come out. But I think you guys are I think the last video that I saw, you were trying to sell the van, right? Catch us up. But yeah, so e-bike, e-trailer, Ubon, uh, Ubon solar system, the fence that's going on now that you guys can see. The posts are, I won't do another video on that until they get all the posts. They're about, oh, they're almost to around the back of the garage and coming up the other side. So, uh, so that'll be it. So I actually probably will have quite a bit of videos coming out uh, shortly. Oh, back in 2 weeks. Cool. Are you still in the van, or did you sell the van? Or am I just hallucinating that you were even trying to sell it? I sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and go, did I watch that? Did I? Or am I just dreaming? Because I talk. I wake my poor wife up all the time. Yeah. Hey, Jake. How you doing, brother? Hope you're well. How are things going? Um, but yeah, so the latest things is the dual motor, badass 26-inch fat tire um, e-bike, and then the trailer that I'm going to pull behind it. That'll have a 100 watts panel on it, I hope. So at least that's my plans. And finishing up the fence here, finished up the fence across the front of the property. Ubon, I'm hoping maybe next week getting started. It's only going to take 2 or 3 days, not even probably 2 days maybe. So, but I got to order the stuff. So I got to talk to the solar guy and see what he says. So quite a few things coming up. Hopefully the e-bike will be here before the end of the month, and the trailer and everything else I need to put it together should be here by the end of the month. We'll see. He's chasing my wife. I told her, man, you don't want to have any more puppies. You better get something done with those girls. But I could tell. You know how he was. You guys see him. He always constantly over here waiting to get in. Now he's chasing the females around the yard, man. That's all he's doing. So good chance if you want a puppy, there might be another 15 of them coming up here in a little while. But he's chasing the girls is all I could say. To put it and not put it crudely, he's chasing them. But no, you didn't miss him. Active Track, is that what it is? I will check it out. I probably the best place for me to do it is out by our reservoir. There's a road that goes all the way down, and it's maybe the length of 4 or 5 football fields. I don't have a clue, and that would be a good place for me to, get a deal to where, and will it just follow you, or will it go on one side, then the other side, or do you have to do special shit for that? Uh, I got to start. I bought that damn thing, and I know it's gonna. I need to figure out how to use it. I can fly it. It's about it, and I'm not that good at that either. But all the stuff I know, it could do so much crap. You can get it to follow you however you want. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check into it and start doing. I know you've got a couple of videos on it because I looked at them before when on the mini. So I'll have to uh, I'll have to go back and do that again. But like I said, I'm hoping as soon as I get the bike, I'll work on and the trailer. I'll work on the trailer, but I'll take the bike out and do a couple of runs. What's the top speed on it? What I think is going to be. How far I can go on one battery. And like I said, I've got 2 batteries plus the 600 watts, so like 2.5. I know I can go 150 miles, probably pretty close, 150. Now my wife got to find the paper. She doesn't find the paper. I guess I'm screwed. She got the paper from I told you, right? They want to charge me 800 baht I got to go pick it up, but I got to pay them 800 baht. So I need to, I told her and she's just been busy. So I'm guessing that it's probably not going to get until this Saturday because that's when she's going to be off. So hopefully I'll go get it Saturday morning and hopefully they didn't send it back. You need to get it. I know I do. I know. Definitely. I should just I should just start with this and see if it kills. I'm sure it's not going to kill me if I use this for 2 or 3 days, even if it's full of metal. But I do need to, talking about the methylene blue. This is the methylene blue channel. We've got 2 or 3 people that are starting to use it for your brain, eyesight, for a lot of things. Um, uh, I think even blood pressure, energy wise. If you haven't seen it, the only thing that I've seen negative on it with with if you have anything, of course you should always check with your doctor, which I'm not going to do. Is there's this one disease out there which I know I don't have. It's some rare disease, and if you're on antidepressants, it's something you don't want to do. But that's it. But I know that who else is using it besides you? Ralph, right? Ralph is using it. I think Ron wanted to try it. I was going to maybe get him one of the bottles that I got out of here, the ones that I'm going to go pick up Saturday. I hope. Randy is Randy trying it too? But anyway, if anybody's interested, we're going to be guinea pigs here. Aaron's already a guinea pig. He's on it. Ralph is on it. He's only been on it a couple of weeks, and he's kind of liking what he's seeing, with the brain, because they're going to have, I guess they're going to find real good things with this on Alzheimer's and stuff. Forget any kind of brain fog or anything that you have. It's supposed to be, that's it. It's UL approved or whatever it is for, not UL. It's approved for intravenous for something with your eyes or something, heavy doses. These doses are like light, and everything that I've read, some of the people say, no, you got to be up on a stronger dosage. Everything I've read, they did 3 different strengths, and the lowest one was where they had the best results. And anything in low dosage, I haven't seen any kind of problems with big side effects. Most of them are, it could kill some of them. See, I've been using methylene blue on koi fish for 20 years. It's it kills bugs, and it's good for infections and stuff. And it was a dye, textile dye, but now they're finding out it's something else. See, I hope you're well. Uh, Here we go. Dr. Berg is a good one. Nothing but I've seen nothing but good things. Like I said, the hardest part is, this stuff came out of China. It says it's got a U.S. flag on it. It says it meets all the requirements. It's the alcohol free, formaldehyde free. It's got everything in it. Um, they did say one thing on the fake stuff is they said if it comes in a glass bottle, it might be okay. This is glass. This is also 50 milliliters. The ones that I ordered and the ones through Aaron that he got for me that are the stuff that's supposed to be verified that it's good was expensive. This was like nothing. With 30 milliliters. So I think it's definitely something to try. I didn't see enough evidence, like I said, unless you're on antidepressants, which a lot of people are. I just happen to not be. But that's the only thing that I've seen in this one disease. You'd have to go on. If you go on any of the YouTube, people that are on YouTube, you'll hear that disease right out of the bat. So waiting is the hardest part. What's the mercury count? Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a way to check it. I bet it's fine. Like I said, I mean, you could be a nasty bastard, but putting out there something that somebody's going to ingest, God, it's got to be far and few between. Are there maniacs out there that would do it? Oh, you bet. But I think there's money to be made selling it, the good stuff. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to use that stuff and then I'll put it in, instead of putting it in orange juice and all that stuff that I was going to do, I'm going to put it in plain water so that I can taste it. And then after I've been on that for a couple of weeks and find the dosage that I think is going to be helping me, then I'm going to switch over to this. And I bet you 100 to 1, my palate's pretty good that I can tell if there's a bunch of heavy metals in it. I'll be able to taste them. So that's what I'm going to do. And then after that, I'm going to take it with the 2 ounces of orange juice. Still don't know some of the stuff I've been reading in case anybody wants to know. 5 days a week, twice a day. When you get up in the morning, not any later than 1 or 2 in the afternoon, because supposedly it boosts your energy and you'll have trouble sleeping if you take it too late, which I already have that problem. Some people taking it 7 days, one time. I think Aaron's taking it every other day or something, one time a day. But we'll get that. I'll tell you what my dosage is. I know Aaron will say his. Ralph, when he comes on, will say his. Anybody that's on it, that's on the channel here, will probably, they're going to be honest. It's the Chinese brothers. They have a history of cleansing their own civilization. Yeah, no shit. But sometimes I agree with that to a certain extent. I just I think that they're still making money at, and I'm sure these prices will bump up. What did I say that I paid for this? Like $10 or something. I bought 3 of them. I think they can just, with the way that everybody in the States and everything like that is going crazy, I think that they could still double their price, and still make money. So I do once a day, 1 full dropper in a big glass of water. I sip it throughout the morning. Cool. And you been good, bad? You noticing any difference? Because that full dropper, that's a lot, right? Because I'm only talking like 5 drops is what I'm going to start at once a day, and then I'll go 5 drops twice a day. Then I'll go 7 drops twice a day until I find my. If it's a full deal, it's a full deal. Whatever it is that makes me. And you're pissing blue, right? Or purple or whatever it is. You're still alive. Good. $10 in Thailand, probably 67. I don't know. What did I pay for the stuff you had me buy? I don't remember, Aaron. I think it was over $100 for the 2 bottles, and then I paid another $25 I got to pay to get it. And this stuff I think was even cheaper than that. I gotta go look. I want to say it was like under 200 baht a bottle, which would be $5-6 a bottle. It's like an aqua green. Okay. But yeah, Randy, it is. But the problem is that not the pharmaceutical grade, which this states it is, which they can state whatever they want, has a lot of heavy metals and shit in it, which you don't have to worry about if you're using it for a textile dye, and you don't have to worry about it if you're treating fish, with it. But when they're putting it in, when you're putting it in your body, you don't want any of those heavy metals and that kind of shit. So it's like $35 or $40 a bottle. Yeah. And that's still not bad. If they could guarantee it here, my problem is, I'll pay if it's working. I'll pay whatever I got to pay. If it's getting rid of my brain fog and I've got energy and my blood pressure comes down, I'll do whatever I got to do. But it would be nice to know, even if it's the same price, to be able to get it off of Lasada here and not have to pay an extra, import crap. But we'll have to see. Yeah, and I almost did that, but I said, you know what? I got to try this first and then see it. I still got those 3 bottles that I paid 100 and what was it? Lion's Mane or whatever. I still got that in the house somewhere. It's all yours, by the way. But that was the one that I asked my doctor about, and he said, no way. See, I'm not even going to ask him about the methylene blue because I'm sure that he'll say no way. Already runs 25-30. Yeah, on Amazon. And I don't even they when the guy that's advertising on Facebook, which is basically the first guy that I saw coming. He's got the exact same packaging here, except those are 30. And up here where it says says brain support, his says whatever his company is there. Exact same packaging, exact same color box, exact same branding, everything. And I saw it on, he's got a special right now, 5 bottles for the price of 3 or something. And it's not that crap that they sell on Amazon. So he's already bitching about getting undersold on Amazon. We'll have to see. So that does mushroom complex powder. Those mushrooms that you find growing in the cow patties, or you need me to pay for them? No, no worries, no worries. I do have to get with you on the next trip. I need 3 more bottles of my stuff, my seasoning. There it is. Battery question. Your batteries have communication wires linking the batteries together, then to the inverter. They should look like phone wires. Yeah, it has them, but they're not hooked up on mine. They're not talking. I don't even know if they can talk to it. I was going to try it. It isn't something that obviously you need to have. I think it works out when it's supposed to balance out the batteries on their charging deal so that they're all um, very even and close in their percentage. Uh, I, I don't know exactly, but what I do know is that this system's been running like this with no communication. In the bottom of mine, it's got a communication phone wire type deal for the batteries. And I might try that. Usually there's dip switches. If you is there a name on the battery? I don't even remember, Kenny. If there's a name on the battery, you can text or go to that powermister.com or whatever, their website, and ask them a question. And my question would be, I have this name brand deal. Will it talk to my Power Mister 6.2 blah 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 model number? And because a lot of them will, and they'll let you know there's dip switches. So if you've got a Power Mister battery, it's dip switch 269. If you've got a up your whatever battery, it's 397. If so there is a way to do it, but you don't need it to put it online. But I would contact them and ask them if there's even a name. I don't even know if there's a name on those batteries. Is there a settling in program that you have to set calm time? I don't know, not that I know of. You know what I did too, because you said you were going to read the deal. When I set up we're talking about that. Uh, Go to the panels first, then to the batteries, then to the grid. There's one that same lady or whatever on YouTube, and I sat there with because I hate to read, mainly because I can't see too well, but I started out and they went all the way through every program number, P1, P2, P3, whatever they were. And I wrote down if it was something that I wanted to change or I wanted to do. And when I got to that one, it told me which one to pick, how to do it, everything. And it was very simple. And that's all I did to set up after he set it up, I set it up the way I wanted and then just took off with it. Now there is a sequence, and you probably know that. You watch them turn on this first, then the battery, then the this, then the that. It's kind of important to follow that deal. But you can't hear me. You lost video. Anybody hear me? Everybody hear me? Breaker. How about now? Can you hear me? Anybody hear me? Or is Kenny the only one that lost me? But you got to be pretty close to getting ready to put it. You hear you? Okay. He probably did something. But you got to be pretty close to putting it online, I'm imagining. But there is a sequence. If you go into any one of the YouTube, they're all the same. I've seen them, and I couldn't even tell you. You'd think it'd be burned into my brain by now, but because of that brain fog, methylene blue. Got to get the methylene blue. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Uh, the that tells you to turn on your inverter, then turn on your battery, or turn on your battery, then your inverter, then your solar. And I think that's the way it is. And once you do that, it should just take off and run. You'll be able to see because it'll see it tell you in that program too. It'll give you a yellow light or something if something's not correct. If you've got something, they're pretty freaking smart. They're definitely smart, and it'll tell you if everything goes through. And you looking at that panel, and you click on the power, and it comes up and powers up, and everything's cool. And then you turn on the battery, and it shows the the whatever. That's cool. When you turn on the solar, and it shows the panels coming in, and starts showing stuff going across, and no blinking lights or anything. Everything you did was correct, and it's ready to go. Don't do nothing from there. Tie in. There's also on there for the same gal and other people in there exactly how to set up your Wi-Fi. So it's a battery inverter grid load. Okay, I think that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Battery first, then you start up the inverter, and then you bring on your like I said, it'll tell you if something ain't right. And that breaker box that you bought and the wire sizes and everything in there is what the manufacturer built that box. Power Mister built that box for the 6.2 kW inverter. So the breaker size for everything in there is what they're suggesting, and wire size. Yeah, it will show faults. Yeah, you shouldn't have any problem. It isn't gonna blow up. It isn't gonna do anything. All it's gonna do is blow a breaker. But I just can't see it. Like you had said the other day, in your video today that I watched, it coming in, from the battery to there, from there to the inverter, from the grid into there, from there into the inverter, from out of the grid to the box to the breaker, out of the box to your box. I mean, it's all like that's why I was telling you before. I knew that you were going to be able to do it because you're mechanically inclined. Thank you, Randy. Future travels. It'll go to the kids, but I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing your trailer. So hopefully, send me some pictures and video or whatever, and then when I do a live stream, I can bring it up if you don't care, and we can share with everybody what you got. Craig, I just said it and forget it till he bumps into it with his head. Uh, but you should be ready to turn it on, right? Did you get the bolts? I can't believe the guy didn't that there wasn't any bolts in it. I would imagine you could just go down and get a whatever kind of a grade bolt should be fine. I don't see any reason or what would be a difference. But you're gonna be ecstatic with this thing, man. Got heavy sunshine out. Like I said yesterday, had this idling at 29:30, had the pond going full blast, was in the garage with the air conditioner set at um, 22, had the fan oscillating and blowing around, had the lights on, and thing was still charging the battery with like 1,800 watts. It was still bringing in like 3,200, and it was overcast. There wasn't a blue place, but just cloud cover, and I was amazed. So I know you're going to be amazed. And the good thing is, because I never heard you really talk about that when you have to go in and look at the power, what it's at to be able to take a shower. It's exactly not quite as bad as Ubon, but the same kind of crap that I don't want to deal with. Let's see. I had to go get those bolts. Just finished connecting the batteries. Now I have to cut a couple of holes in my distribution panel so I can feed my leads into it. Yeah, you're real close, man. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna, like I said, man. It's so nice that I can just be sitting here knowing I'm not spending a dime. And I got to get him over there, hopefully this weekend, and finish up the house and get it the way that I want it. And then after that, he's going to go to Ubon. We'll get that done. Hopefully, I'll get this fence done. We'll see what they're. Still don't see them. They got to be out behind the behind the. You can see them all on the left. But oh, there's someone. There's line. Yeah, he's got concrete buckets. So they're putting up the ones. They should be. Oh, there they are. See on the right hand side. So they're already making the corner and starting to put them coming up this side. So they should be done with, because they only got to come over to the corner of my man cave on this side because he got my wall. So they've only got to come where he's standing to the corner halfway, or up that one piece of property. Then my fence takes over. Or my fence, or both my fence. So he ought to be done with that. Hell, he ought to be done with that before noon. Does he have them in there now? I see a no, that's just a stick. That must be his line that he has. So yeah, I didn't think about that. So if that's them back there, which obviously that is, they're already at the corner. So he's maybe got 10, 12 more posts. Probably what's in this pile here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, like 10 posts maybe. And oh, awesome! I got to get out there and check it out. So anyway, I'll be able to get this. We have the metal. You can't really see it. Now, maybe you can see it in the front of the property. Got a crap load of metal. Here I am trying to click on the screen. I can't do that. I can do it here. You can see it. You see right down at the bottom. You see that. Oh, there's some more concrete posts there. Looks like we got too many. That figures. But that's all steel. Let's see. Down here. All this is that's all steel. And so he's got that. I think he's got the screws for those. So yeah, he should be kicking butt. He's doing pretty good, man. And I really like what he did. I was really surprised because of some of the stuff that I've seen. I need to power down the house now, so yeah, definitely let me know. You're right. You're fine, brother. You'll be fine. Um, but some of that stuff is lower, right? Because they didn't get all the way to the edge of the property, and it's where the stuff had rolled off, and it's not up to grade where it's supposed to be. And what he did was he filled up the whole holes that he did with concrete. So instead of having a hole this deep and then just putting the 2 inches in the bottom, he filled those up all the way, and then put the post on the top of it, and then took the concrete blocks that we had, put 2 of them up around it, and then filled that up so it was up. So I'm imagining what I'm going to have to do is when this gets done, I'm going to bring in a couple of truckloads of dirt, and they're going to have to go backfill to the fence. So I was really surprised because the top of those posts are very, very close. He's doing a good job, I guess, is what I'm saying. I'm really happy with what I see. Your place. You're coming from the same area as me. It's a long ways, man. It's like a 7-hour drive. I think it's further than that, isn't it? Is that all it is? Is that up to me too? Or is Aaron 2 hours closer? Aaron might be 2 hours closer. It takes me. What did it take me to get there, Aaron? 2.5? 2.5 hours on the bike. So yeah, I might be 9, 10 hours. I'm gonna make it, man, Greg. Yeah, come hell or high water. I'm just gonna take my time, man, with the trailer. I'll find a place to stay on the way there and make it in 2 days. And when are you definitely coming in December? Are we gonna go out fishing? Is that a for sure thing, or that's a maybe? Yeah, like 9. So yeah, because that's about what I am from here. I think it's 2.5 hours, something like that. 2 hours. It's perfect distance on the bike. This thing, the sound okay? I think it's. But man, it's been an hour and a half now. Time flies when you're having fun. But this stuff is good stuff with the solar crap. I know that once Aaron gets settled in, gets rid of his business there, moves to Thailand and retires, I guarantee you, Aaron, that you will put it out there. And you don't even need to go that big in the beginning. You could get the same thing, throttle back on the deal on the panels, and then put in half of it now. 3,000 watts worth of it. Same inverter, same all that, and probably put it in for. Even if you went with a couple of batteries just keep coming down and down and down. I'm going to guess and say in the 80,000 baht range. You know, um, maybe even a little less. Because again, you're going to have people out there. You're going to be out there. You can have somebody screw the tracking and put them down. The wiring stuff's cake, and you got an electrician there, and you could probably do it yourself too. Uh, they're making them so plug and play. I'm sure that Kenny's going to do a good video on it. I'm sure way better than mine. And he did all the work himself. You'll see. Boom, 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 on. I mean, it's like it's really amazing. Maybe you should come stay at my place. Yeah, I don't care. I'm game. You know me, brother. I'm yeah, there you are. Like I said, it's the just to let you know the pricing on stuff. The panel that has all the breakers in it, that is all plug and play, in, out, in, is 2,700 baht. The 6.2 kW deal is like 10 or 11,000 baht, and that includes the Wi-Fi. The panels, are you can get them for, if you're around the 2,000 baht range, that's probably a pretty good number. So if you only put in 5 of them, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So now we're talking about 10, 20, 23, some wire and stuff, 25, 30,000 baht. And then you've got the batteries. They're 10,000 each, or 20,000 each. So you got 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 baht. And then anytime you wanted to, if you were, whatever, down the road, look, I got 2,000 baht. Give me another panel. Throw it up there, plug, you're done. 2 months later, I got another 2,000. Bump, plug, and done. So I think you could put in a system. I forgot you're all the electrical and wiring and shit. So, yes, shit. So I'm saying, and you can start, you have to have enough to kickstart the thing. And I think it's between 500 is the max on the voltage. And that's why all the panels that you want, if you're looking at 600 watt panels, you want them below 50 watts each, or 50 volts each. And some of them are above that. So you can only use 9 panels. But the ones that you can, 49, you can use 10 of them. And if you can find them, usually they're maybe 550 watts. You're going to be between 5 and 6,000. But, you have to have at least, I think it's between 50. It doesn't kick in until you hit 50 volts or something like that. So you've got to be above that. So even 3 panels, or something, whatever. And I'm talking about somebody that, not necessarily you, but anybody that's tight on money. If you're serious about solar, if you're halfway mechanically inclined and you're watching this, you can do it. It can be done. And like I said, even though I know that even in Kenny's video, if you watch that from today, he said, we only use, because first he said 1.5, 150,000, 150,000, and in the beginning of the video, and I know it's under 100 now. So it's he said our bill's only like 2,800, so let's say 3,000 baht a month. That's now, man. Next year they could double it. So now it's 6,000. So before it was just a little toss in the frying pan. Now it's kind of a real number. We could go out for a vacation once a month for the money we're spending on this. And when, the lower that number gets, obviously the quicker the payback is and crap like that. I don't look at that too much. I look at it more that I don't have the brownouts. I don't have the deal with the, with the electricity going down 3, 4 times a week for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, so it'll do it. Right. Yeah. But I just think it's a must. Like I said, we don't know. That's why I did this one. That when I first put in everything and we're going crazy with the ponds and the kids are here, everybody's here, and 5 air conditioners run 14,000 baht was the electric bill. I said, man, there ain't no way my wife, if I croak, there ain't no way in the world that she's going to pay 14,000 baht, for electricity. She'll just shut everything down, you know, and everything will die. There'll be no water. There'll be nothing. So originally when I put in the system in my brain and my calculations and what I thought, and I'm no genius by any means, I figured it would be maybe a couple thousand baht a month, really. Okay, because I got 13 kW over here. Something ain't right, obviously, right? And that's I've been saying that for months and months and months. But it's hard, because I can't talk to them directly, So, hey, baby, can you text them and just tell them I want them here? I want to show them this and that. They don't like to say anything. Okay, so that's just the way that goes. Now he understands. He understands more about the solar systems now. Before he was like a great electrician. Everything that I got looks great. The guy does a great work, but he didn't really know. Now he's put in 2 or 3, 4 systems. Now he knows what's the matter with this one and what he can do and what he can't do. So once we get that done, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for some months if the kids aren't here, and now and mom and dad move over here, and they're zero, and we're 1 or 2 thousand. That's where I want to be, because then that way my wife can manage. Because I keep right now the bedroom air conditioner is running. There's no reason in the world for the bedroom air conditioner to be running. So, and like I said, then we're still not guaranteed that even when you're at home, PG&E, bunch of, I don't know. I don't like electric companies in the United States. I think they rip everybody off. They're getting paid 10 times more than they need to be paid. When you're making $500 billion, really? Really? You need to make 500 billion, Can you get away with maybe 250 billion, and give the guy my electric bills $500 a month, because you're up in the middle of nowhere and you ain't got no gas heating, it's all electric and, shit. And granted, you can change it over, which I did on my hot water heaters and all such a shit over the years. But these people are making money. It'd be one thing if we're just barely breaking even, the CEO and the head guy only makes, 3 million and he really needs to make 20 million or 50 billion or whatever. They don't give a shit. Right. And they're saying that there's not a monopoly. When I was up in the mountains, up above Bass Lake, right? Hey, I want another electric company. Oh, no one else comes to this area, just PG&E. So isn't that a monopoly? If I can only get one person, isn't that considered a monopoly? So you're screwed. And it could happen here. Granted, it isn't bad. When you got 2 people there, and let's say you're talking 3,000 baht, you're talking what is that? $90. But once it starts to double, now you're talking a couple hundred. So that's the one reason. And like I said, now that you can do it, if you're mechanically inclined, and do it yourself, and save that money, you don't give a shit. When you're getting goose eggs or 50 baht, 200 baht, 800 baht, 500 baht, you don't give a shit, whether it doubled, tripled, or quadrupled, So your 50 baht went to 150 baht. Okay. It's a hell of a lot different than your 3,000 went to 12,000, So anyway, there's my rant on electricity. I think the next person that needs to do it is Uncle Craig. Let's see. What did I miss? Anything? Craig wore many hats. My brain is full of useless. Mine isn't. Like I said, man, I'm a fairly intelligent person. Do I have much schooling? No. I only when you're talking to me, if you're talking about something that I don't give a shit about, I'll listen to you, and all I hear is blah 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 blah. Goes in one ear, right out the other. Does it? You can talk motorcycles or something, and I can completely uh, talk back to you every word that you told me over the last 4 hours about what the motorcycles and motors and crap that I'm interested in. It's kind of a sad deal, but that's the only stuff that sticks in my brain. Do I listen? Sure, I listen, but it doesn't stick in my brain. I don't know. Yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit, man. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I brought it up to. I had some fight because you got to remember, man. I was being above board when I was growing indoors. I paid over $100,000 a year for electricity, right? Because I didn't tap in, I didn't do anything. I my wife wouldn't let me. It wasn't so much as wouldn't let me; she was paranoid. And I don't want any problems. I don't want. And I didn't want to put any extra stress on her. I said, all right, I was making enough money. It didn't make a difference. But they screw everybody. I know, I saw that. But like I said, and it's understand if you don't have money, and I'm not talking about you, but anybody out there, if you don't have the money, you don't have the money. But if you've got retirement and this and that and the other thing, and like I said, if you're teeter totter in the 2,000-3,000 baht a month range for electricity, and you've got an extra 80, 100,000 baht, 3,000 US dollars, um, I, I just don't see any reason why you wouldn't. It just puts a smile on my face if I can look at a bill and go, wow, I just paid 26 baht for my electric bill last month. So we'll see. Uh, yeah, yeah. It wasn't even, you know, I wasn't bitching about it because I wasn't making any money. I was bitching about it is because they were just sticking it to me, and I was trying to adjust lights and times on and times off to get during the middle of the night and less, per unit. And, it was making me crazy, that they were getting all this money and they weren't doing shit. But anyway, yeah, the batteries is where, like I said, the ones that Kenny got and the ones that I got from that guy. The reason that I bought them is I got burned those two times that I tried to buy them off of Lasada. I should have went through a Chinese deal and tried to get them, but now import and export and all that's kind of screwed up. But this guy had 40,000 baht for 200 amp hours is a good price. Okay. It's a very decent and acceptable price. And he gave me a 1 year warranty, and he's right here. And I know he's not going anywhere. He's got probably, an acre under roof of solar stuff and lakes and pumps and his whole family. He's probably got 20 family members working there, and he's probably on 100 rye. So he's not going anywhere. And he's a nice guy. So I knew that, at least he's right there. If something happens, I can be there in 20 minutes and say, hey, what do we do here? He said, well, just, bring it in and give you another one, whatever the case may be. I got at least a warranty out. So that was one of the reasons why I got it. You have one 450? I got one out here that I can't remember what it is. I bought it. I think I bought it when I was farting around at the second rental house that we had, and I was trying to fart around with solar for the koi ponds. But like I said, man, you could put in a system depending on what you needed. I would always go like I would. They make Power Mister and these guys. They make 3.2 kW systems. But see, I would put in the same 6.5 and put in half the panels because the difference between the inverter is maybe about 4,000 baht. Maybe 150 bucks, and then that way you've got at least a little bit of room to make it bigger. Bigger's better, right, gals? Hey, what's up, Ted? How you doing? We're talking solar here in Thailand. Probably if they just went digital meters and weeded out all the analog ones. Yeah, I don't know, man. They they just pissed me off my whole life. Every place I went, my before I was even growing weed, it was indoors anyway. Um, my bills were always $500. Always, because I always ran heating, always ran air conditioning. Always, most of the time I had koi ponds and pumps running, and you know, and there was always double what it should have been as far as I was concerned. I need to figure out the load on the house and the shop. Few 30 out for my hobby. Yeah, and if you go to the bigger ones, like I said, even if you have to go from the 6 point to the, I think the next step up is 10.2 kW, and at that point they make, if you buy this certain type of 10.2 kilowatt deal, you can add in, you can add to it, keep adding, buying another one, put it in there, getting 20. But at that point, um, it's about double. So they're 10,000. That bigger one is about 10,000 more. I think it's 18,000, and the other one's like 10 or 11. So it's not that big of a bump. It depends. Like I said, everything's relative to how much money you have, right? But yeah, I would put in the biggest one that I could afford to put in, and then just limit myself on how many panels I'm going to buy. But like I said, solar's weird, so you have to. Like on the ones that I got, it's between 50 and 500 volts. Okay. So you got to run 2 or 3 panels just to get the thing to work. Okay. It's got to be above that 50 input. Once you hit that, then it'll work. But you keep adding them in. But that's the way I got it. I still got, he doesn't seem to think that I'm going to be able to power up this man cave, the pond, the garage, and mom and dad's 1 and 2 bedroom. If it wasn't a Thai style house, and I'm putting in 2 air conditioners, they'll be lucky if they run one. Um, they like fans, they're going to be cooking on gas. Uh, 1 bathrooms, they don't even care about the heaters. There'll be a heater there. I think it can be done. Um, we'll see. We're going to find out, because we're definitely going to build the 2 bedroom, 1 bath house. And like I said, it's just real simple, man. Show you, and I think I've showed you guys before. Um, all it is a rectangle, and you know what I'm talking about, the Thai style from the front to the back, the roof, just like I built in Ubon. So it'll have up one side here like this. This will be a bathroom. This will be an opening. This will be a bar type deal here, and then there'll be okay, that's how simple it'll be. So the front door will be here. There'll be a bedroom here, basically 12 by 12, 12 by 12, 1 bathroom, a kitchen, a counter between the kitchen, so you put a couple stools up, living room out here, a door coming outside to a small Thai kitchen, and a covered area so that they could pull in a vehicle and dump off their truck. So I would almost guarantee I could do it for 350,000 baht. After building that garage for 149, 150,000, if I can't build this house, granted you got a kitchen, granted you got a bathroom, everything else is pretty much the same. I still put 16,000 baht worth of electricity in there, plugs and wire and everything else. So I think I could do it for that. Originally we thought we were going to be struggling to be able to do it for $500,000. I think I can do it for 350. We're going to find out, because we're going to build it. But I really want to sell the other house before we do that. Figured out the load on the house and the shop, and a few 30 outlets, 20 cases. Yeah, you could get 2 of them, just put them in together. They've got them where they tie in, and you can add more than that. I think you could add up to 6 of them or something. It's really, they make 2 of them. They make one style that just is 10.2, and that's it. And they make other ones that you can tie in together and chain them. So we'll have to see. Yeah, because you're gonna build. It's not the house that you're gonna build out there is gonna be a Thai style type thing, right? Or are you gonna build like a Western style house out there in the rice fields? But that's all I'm doing. Like I said, and they'll be they'll, I just want them to have their own pad. Not do I want them? Is it because I want them out of my house or something? No, not even close to the reason. I want them to. My mother-in-law, her sister in Bangkok wants to move to Ubon. The sister in Ubon is my mother-in-law's sister. So there'll be three sisters there, and we've got this big giant house, right? And they can use it, especially with the solar on it. It doesn't cost right now. It costs me 3,000 baht in there. That's why I told my wife, the longer I wait to do this, if it takes me 10 months to put together the money to put, we don't sell the house or whatever, to put the in, we got 30,000 baht I'm spending on electricity that I wouldn't be spending, and I'm only going to be spending 100 to put it in. That's a third of the cost. So it just doesn't make any sense for me not to be putting it in today. Okay, because they're charging me double the rate out there because I'm not giving them probably not the only reason. I'm not giving them the 300,000 to put up their transformer for everybody to use. So it huh? Uh, what time is it? It's not late, is it? 9. Yeah, later, Lemo. But I'll be out in the yeah. Um, it. What was I saying? What was I saying? This is what I'm talking about the brain deal. Um, shit. Oh, but they, as long as the sun's out, they know they can all. My mother-in-law will be living there, obviously. My aunt will still be down the street, and the other aunt has a house there too, the one that's coming from Bangkok. But you guys all want to get together every day if the sun's shining, go in our house, turn on the air conditioner, turn on the 55-inch television, fire up the kitchen, throw your mat on the floor and laugh and like hell, like you always do, because they're the happiest people on the frickin' planet. Sorry about that. And it only makes sense. All they got to do, they don't even need a gauge. Look out the windows. Sun like this, have a ball. Because my aunt, like I said, the one, her sister's a little bit older, but I told you this story before. Not it's a quick story. Every time I go there in the truck, every time we want to drive somewhere, the aunt, can I go? Wants to come. I said, why does she always want to go? We're not going anywhere. So she wants the air conditioning. So she's, in half of her house, although I did paid my uncle and stuff for taking care of the house and gave, watching over everything. And he's got his house almost built, next to the one that's only maybe half concrete floors and half dirt, and they're happy as hell eating bamboo and rice, man. And I just, God bless them. But they, you know, he, you, they could be in there anytime they want. I don't even know if they have to worry about that. Depends on how much battery I put in, you know. And hopefully I'll be able to put in more battery. But once that's done, then I don't have to worry about it. Now I've got zero bill in there. There saves me 3,000 baht a month. Once I get both of these dialed in, because right now I'm still with the kids here. I'm paying 7,000, half of what I was paying. With just me and the four of us here, I think the cheapest was right under 4,000, 3,800 or something. So even if I do that and I can save another 3 or 4, I could save 10,000 baht a month. That's a hell of a vacation once a month. I'm only taking 25,000 for myself. All right, what did I miss here? Let's see. I wouldn't knock down, but we'll have guest house. Oh, that's right. You're gonna put like knockdown stuff around there, like a little deal for people to come visit. You're gonna have one with my name on it, so they can come anytime. Thinking about turning it into a B&B. Yeah, restless. Right. I remember you talking about that. Yeah, very cool. I think so. Why not? 30K versus 100K. What did I miss? Hell, my place in the States, they want 75K just for my double. Yeah, it's insane. So, I don't know, man. It makes sense to me because, like I said, that, especially like what I was just saying, I told my wife I need to get in there, fix up mom and dad's place, your place, and sell it to get, because now we're going to be, after I spend the money on this, and the other one is going to be 1.3 out of it. So we got to get at least some money out of there. And I told my wife, whatever it is, I want your mom and dad to be able to put a couple of 100,000 in their bank account, plus, pay for the improvements on the house build and that kind of stuff. But once I get that back, then I'm happy. I got my little nest egg. Not that that's the only money I got, but it's my little. I want to buy this and do that money, and so once we do that, bro, if I wait 10 months and I'm paying 3,000 a month for Uban, and there's the caretaker there, and he's only there 3-4 days a week, there's 30,000 baht, a third of what I'm going to pay to put it in. So it's just stupid not to put it in. So we'll see. Uh, what is it? You were talking about paying 30K bills and 100K for a solution. The I was paying 30K bills. I don't know. It's gone over my head. Great. Could be on my foggy brain. But anyway, all right. Let's see what they're. I want to get out there. It's been it's been 2 hours now. You guys are amazing. Let's see what they're. Yeah, I can't see them. Are they down this side? Yeah, they are, aren't they? Is that him all hunked over? Yeah, they're leveling up. I see them using wood, and then what they're doing is using wood and wire to get everything nice and level. So we'll see. Thai baht or dollar. But I don't know. I don't know if you don't mind, Craig. What do you spend? What do you spend a month on electric? I bet you're just you and the wife. You're in the 2,000, 3,000, right? You got a bunch of little stuff out there. Is your mom still on your mother-in-law still on the property? I don't even know. I'm horrible. I got to catch up on your videos. I'm way behind. But like I said, it isn't even so much the price now. It's the price in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I don't think much past 10 years because I'll be almost 80 years old. Probably be time for me to check out. But it could quadruple. Who knows? I don't know much about the economy or the here where they get the electricity and who could try to screw them and how it could happen here. So, but I don't think it's out of the question. The reason that it probably won't happen is because the people just can't afford it. I mean, my mother-in-law or my aunt and uncle out there, they can't afford it. If they doubled their electricity, they would just shut things off. you know, these people aren't gonna do it. Let's see, bro. You were talking about how much you paid per month. Oh yeah. In the pen. Can after you're gone, it's good investment for the 100. Yeah, definitely. That one was 300,000 bought because it's two systems and it was first one's put in. Now I could do the same thing for 200. But yeah, definitely because I know my wife, man. There's no way in the world that she would spend that kind of money for electricity. Dude, just shut shit off. Well, no, we don't use air anymore. The ponds would turn. Even though I've tried to explain everything, you got to have running 24 hours a day over this filtration. If you're gonna run, you want to keep fish this big in a pot, you know, limit yourself to how many fish you put in there and the surface area and everything, you'll probably be fine without any. But she would just it would be a bad thing. Be around 10 years. Yeah, I hope so, brother. It would be nice. Hopefully, I'll still be riding. But what did you say? Can't think of anything interesting to say. The last 2 minutes, on 2 hours. Yeah, I just keep rambling. I guess. Yeah. So you about what with the three houses in the shop, So I don't know. Like I said, 3 year payback or less. That's pretty good, right? I don't know much on paybacks. Like I said, it's all what you can afford to pay, and after that, I wouldn't be paying shit. Especially like in Ubon. I'm expecting that to be when we're there. I'm probably thinking I'm going to need at least 4 batteries, and the only reason for that is when I go there, I want my air conditioner to run all night and maybe another one, so that if everybody is there, turn on the living room one, they can all just crash out on the floor. It's where they sleep most of the time anyway, and my bedroom's on. So I might have to do that, but I can put in 2 now, and I can put in, just want to, when I go there, I want to enjoy it, and I want them to enjoy it. We put the house in for the family. We didn't put the house in for just us, or I did. Hope you're riding. Yeah, no shit. And I would too, man. I'll ride 3 wheel. I don't care. I've seen a couple of them here. Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe 15, 20 years, Tommy. It depends. They drop down after, like, depending on the quality of the cells. You can get 6,000, up and downs out of them, charge and discharge cycles, and then it drops to 80%, and then you still got more. So it could feasibly last longer, but I'm going to say probably 15 years. So I'll be dead more than likely. How are you? Hope you're well. Hey, what's up, Jared? How are you doing? We're talking solar. Kenny's putting in a system just like I put in the garage. Right now, I'm getting ready. It's been 2 hours. I've been watching the garage and show you. They've been putting up the posts. You can see them there, and they're all the way around down the one side. They're right there in that back corner coming back up. This side, they've only got to come up to my wall, which is right there, half the distance of the property. So they should be done. Looks like they got a couple of them. Should be done. Yeah, it does look like they got them done. Done today, on concreted in, and then I've got steel that's going to go between it. And on this fence, I'm just going to put up 2.5 meter roofing panels together, just to keep my wife wants to keep let the dogs out there and let them run amok in the yard, and so we're putting in a fence. Yeah, I sure do. I don't know what to put it on. It's in my black bag. I'll probably put it on the shadow, I think. Big draws when I'm welding for days and using the power tools. Yeah, but like I said, it depends a lot on, it'll take that voltage and stuff. But the thing is that like I'm finding out a lot of the stuff on startup and dropout, like you would on maybe a inertia of an air conditioner or whatever, um, is the problem. But like if it's you and the wife there, I'm going to weld for a while. If you're going to take a shower, take it now, and if you're going to turn on the air conditioner, let me know, and I'll plan between this and this time to do my welding. So there's some things you can do, but I don't think there's going to be a problem on a 6.2 kW system for you to be doing welding and for an air conditioner to be running. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I've been painting our kitchen, had floor retiled. That is all I have going on right now. You're renting that place or do you own it? Because I thought you were contemplating making a move to Thailand for a year or two, if I remember right. Have your put it on shadow. You can't put it on yourself. Explain it. Yeah, I will. I'll tell her. Yeah, I will. I will put it on the shadow. I wish you were here because I'd go out. I could get Andrew to probably take a 2.5 hour ride out. He's still new to 2 wheels, are fairly new, and he wants to take a little trip. I got to get him out and about. All right, everyone. It's been 2 hours and 10 minutes, and I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching. You guys are awesome. What I'm gonna do, I'll play my little 30-second thing. They want that money, and I really like my intro and my outro, and I'm almost tempted to pay the money so I can watch it. Okay, so you're doing the work for that. We own it, and yes, planning on selling it in about 2 years and making. Oh, okay, I see. Cool. I'm coming back. Yeah, for sure. Definitely let me know, and we'll be in touch anyway. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. I don't have that elaborate, my intro and my outro, but I can run my little 30-second countdown, and that we'll have to do. Or I could pay the money maybe and do it differently. But you guys are awesome. That we are getting new subscribers at 6 or 7 or 10 a month, which is awesome. And like I said, if you guys are watching this, subscribe if you feel like it. It'd be cool. And if you got any questions about anything, even when I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about, I'm just rambling about myself most of the time. But if you have questions about visas in Thailand or whatever, I've been here coming up on 7 years. There's a lot of people here that have a lot more time than that here in Thailand, and they can answer a lot of your questions. As I say about me and anybody else, no matter who you're talking about or watching on the internet, always verify it with the government, whatever they tell you. I could be 99.9%, and then always remember that it's going to vary from wherever you're at in Thailand on what you're going to do, but you'll get a gist of what's happening. But anyway, thank you all. I will. I guess I will. Everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Catch you on the next one.